Hey guys, it's Ryan Knife today doing another review. This time I will be reviewing Judge Dredd issue 5. So far I've reviewed every single issue of this series, and if you have not seen any of my reviews of this series, go check them out. Judge Dredd has been amazing. And when I say amazing, I mean literally amazing. Here's the cover. I really like this cover. This cover was was my favorite out of the bunch. There was only two covers: regular cover, which is this one, and the cover RL or RI or something. I don't know, but it was really good. The cover is just absolutely amazing. I love this cover, this book. And by the way, I'm very sorry if I mispronounced your name. I'm not good with the names. Writer was Dwayne Swang. Zigger, I don't know how to say that. Artist was Nelson Daniel, and for the first story, and the second story was David Williams. So, I'm only reviewing the first story. There's two stories in this book. I don't review the second story because it's just the second story it's kind of a little side story. It's basically pointless. It's nothing to do with the regular book. It's just a side story. I read it, but I just don't feel like reviewing it. And it starts out with this robot guy and robot dude and some writer. He is a writer for this book called and this best-selling creator of the Thrillies. So I don't know what that is. And next thing you know, that he's like, why do we need to go here? This is the place that has that is giant with criminals. And next thing you know, they show a little backstory on the robot guy, where he's a very giant drinker and he smashes heads. So then he's like, so why are we going this way? Isn't this very deadly? And then next thing you know, the robot guy pulls a gun on his head, and he says, and the weird thing is, he says, all right, Lee, hold it right there. And he says, that's right, Lee, all the way to your skivvies. He says to take off his clothes, but he doesn't even do anything, which is kind of weird. He tells him to take off all his clothes for no reason, which I just find a little weird. Why did they do that? And he's like, hey, we got the writer for the skivvies here. For anyone who kills him, gets 100 mil or something. And like, who's gonna call it Kiss Me Deadly? And he's like, I'm writing a book called Kiss Me Deadly, and whoever captures and tortures him near past death gets 100 mil. And next thing you know, after that, he's trying to get away, but he didn't get away. And next thing you know, they go back to Judge Dredd. And if you remember from the first book, if you remember from my first review, one of the guys got shot. And no, he didn't get shot. No. He had two personalities in his head, one bad one and one good one. They put and he made a whole bunch of murders, and they wanted to execute him for justice or whatever. I can't remember what they said. But if they killed him, they'd kill the good one and the bad one. So they decided to put the good one in a robot, and they decided to kill the bad one. They should just put the bad one in the robot and kill the robot. That's what I thought. But still, he's a robot. And Judge Dredd's asking him about how it's been to be a robot, and he's like, good, I'm going to the crime rings, seeing how they are. And his name is Judge Myers, by the way. And he's like, it's good to see you too, and it's good to see you too, Myers. So like, he's in the story, which I'm happy about, because I remember last issue I was saying to myself, where's this robot? Where has he been? Where's Judge Myers been? It's been a long time since we've seen him, and I'm happy to see how he's doing good as a robot, because he was kind of a cool character. Next thing you know, Judge Dredd has to go to the cell block or whatever it was, where the kids hold up, and a whole bunch of people are coming after him, and there's literally thousands of people trying to get him, and soon, eventually, there's a whole bunch of malfunctions in the Mega City 1. They're either blackouts or intense whiteouts, which means lights go very flashy, and there's doors. There's these doors that are automatic. They said the only way I can open is if you be polite. And there's this guy dead because he was knocking on the door too much, so and his hands are bleeding and something like that. I don't know. And then next thing you know, there's a bus, and it says, "Attention passengers, I'm delighted to announce that we will be arriving at our destination early. It says right now, please make sure your personal entertainment devices are safely stowed and secured. Otherwise, they might impale your weak and flabby and vulnerable bodies. And then you see everybody on that bus dead because it impaled their heads. And then Judge Dredd was in the whiteouts. So, it's up. I'm just sorry. It's my. I'm just gonna get in my spot like this because it's just easier. And then Judge Dredd's trying to get out of there, and he's telling his peacekeeper or whatever. I think that's what the gun's called, saying armor piercing. And he's like, what's that? He's like, and then the peacekeeper says no, and he's like, did my lawgiver just speak? And the next thing you know, all of a sudden he's getting shot at, and he's like, control, my laws, there's a giant war over here, and next thing you know, the robot's coming after him, and you see the kid who's like the writer with blood coming out of his mouth and his underwear getting holed up, and he's like, you creeps are under arrest, and you've got 3 seconds to surrender, and the next thing you know, all of a sudden his gun goes like armor piercing, engage. Judge Dredd's it says about time, and then he, all of a sudden there's a whole bunch of bullet like explosions, and his peacekeeper student says just kidding, and now he's on the ground, and then all of a sudden the big guy, the robot, and Judge Dredd are about to fight, and they're fighting, and next thing you know, Judge Dredd gets hit pretty hard, and then it says to be continued. There is a second story in this book. I'm not a huge fan of. I like them, but I'm not a huge fan of the second story, so I'm not gonna bother reviewing them. So, but I'm gonna give this book a 4.5 out of 5. The reason I'm giving it a 4.5 is because I felt like they could have maybe gotten rid of the second story for this issue and just continued the entire story and still kept the price tag at $4, because it could have, if they just took away the second story, this entire story would have been finished, this issue, because it's not that long of a story. So I felt like that's the only reason I'm giving it a 4.5. So yeah. So this is my review of Judge Dredd issue 5. Stay tuned for my Judge Dredd issue 6 review when it does come out. And stay tuned next review. I will be doing Judge Dredd Year 1 issue 1. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more reviews, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.